Hey guys, it's Carolyn. I'm really sorry if there's lines on my face. I'm not meaning for there to be, but the sun is really bright, and so I'm having to keep the blinds closed. Yeah, sorry. But anyway, this is part 2. Ooh, a book just fell. Oh well. This is part 2 of my book tag, which is the box sets and bind-ups tag, originally done by Alyssa from AC Reads and Kimberly from Kimberly's Book Nook. And again, I will link their channels down below. But yeah, this part is just going to be the rest of the bind-ups that I have. And I'll try to go through this quickly because I have a lot of them. Okay, first we have The Portable Dorothy Parker by Dorothy Parker, edited by Marianne Mead, and this is the Penguin edition, Penguin Deluxe edition. It's fantastic because it's got comics and fantasticness in it, and that's not a word I don't think, but anyway, this is a bind-up of, I think, all of Dorothy Parker's writing, her poetry, her articles, everything. Pretty sure it's all of it, but yeah, so love it. Need to read some more of it. And I have A Picture of Dorian Gray and Other Writings by Oscar Wilde. And I'm just including this, even though it's mostly Picture of Dorian Gray, I included it because it has other writings in it as well. Dr. Jekyll and The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Other Tales by Robert Louis Stevenson. This is a tiny one, but it's really beautiful. So, yeah, I had to include it. And I just kind of smacked myself in the face on accident. And also one that I realized that I couldn't put my hands on immediately was, actually, is it over here somewhere? Nope. Nope, okay. I have a bind-up of 5 Oscar Wilde plays, 2 of which I've read, but I couldn't find it when I was looking for all of these, so, yeah, sorry. Next up we have a little tiny puffin bind-up of, Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales. And I really love the cover, but yeah, this is just a collection of his fairy tales. Yeah. And this monstrosity is The Complete Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I no longer have the cover. And I really wished, after I bought this, that I had bought the paperback, because this is a biggin'. But, I mean, the good thing is that these are definitely stories that I will want to have forever, so that's the bright side of getting a hardcover bind-up. Okay, I'm gonna save all the Barnes & Noble ones for later. Oh. This one, giant, this is the complete, the histories of Herodotus, his writing, and it's giant, and it's called the Landmark Herodotus because it has pictures and footnotes and a whole bunch of extra goodies in there. But yeah, this is a lot of his writing, so, or maybe all of it, I don't know. But yeah, so even though it is kind of like a textbook, I included it because, yeah. And along those same lines, we have the Landmark Thucydides. Yes, and I think both of these are edited by the same guy, Robert B. Strassler. But yeah, same kind of deal, like a whole bunch of extra goodies in this, and yep, a comprehensive guide to the Peloponnesian War, and I can never pronounce that right, but anyway, yep. Yeah, that's me as a history nerd. I have to have bind-ups of those two and other historical figures. Okay, and then we have Henry James, a Henry James bind-up. This is Penguin Classics, and it's The Turn of the Screw and the Aspirin Papers. Yeah, Aspirin Papers. I was going to say letters, but it's papers. This is The Complete Mouse by Art Spiegelman. This is a fantastic graphic novel. If you love graphic novels, go pick this up immediately. It's amazing. I had to read it for class. But yeah, this is Mouse Part 1 and Mouse Part 2, which is actually called Mouse the Survivor's Tale. Part 1 is My Father Bleeds History, and Part 2 is And Here My Troubles Began. But it's amazing. Go pick it up. Then we have Let It Snow, which is a bind-up of 3 Christmas stories by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. Miracle. I say Miracle. I don't know if that's right, though. But yeah, this is a great Christmas story. Read it. And then we have Kissed by an Angel, which has Kissed by an Angel, The Power of Love, and Soulmates, all by Elizabeth Chandler. And this is like teen romancy. Agatha Christie, Miss Marple's complete short stories. So all of Miss Marple's short stories. And one that I also have that I actually left downstairs because I'm currently reading it is an Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot bind-up, and it is a 5-book bind-up. It has 13 at Dinner, Murder on the Orient Express, The ABC Murders, Cards on the Table, and Death on the Nile. So, yeah. Anyway, I love Agatha Christie, and I'm reading Murder on the Orient Express right now, so that's why that's downstairs. And last but not least, well, okay, I should mention a couple that I couldn't find. One that I know where it is, but I couldn't physically get to it, is I have a bind-up of like traditional fairy tales. It's called Traditional Tales from Long, Long Ago. I don't know who it's by. Like, I don't know who put them together, but it's just a bind-up of fairy tales. And then I'm getting ready to show you guys my Barnes & Noble bind-ups, but one that I couldn't find, and I have no idea why, because I thought I knew exactly where it was, is my Grimm's Fairy Tales leather-bound bind-up. So that is also the Barnes & Noble one, and I'll show you the other ones that I have. I have Wicked and Son of a Witch, both by Gregory Maguire. And this is one of my favorite of the bind-ups because I love the pictures and how it's all in green. Like, unfortunately the pages aren't green, they're gold, but everything else is green on here, and it's got the show cover. I think it's the show cover. Yeah. And then Clockwork, and oh my gosh, Clock Dragon Clock, whatever. Love it. And, I'll just show you guys this one in my most recent haul, but Neil Gaiman's American Gods and the Anansi Boys, or just Anansi Boys. And again, it's got like, it incorporates American Gods and Anansi Boys on both covers. Like, this one's mainly American Gods and a little bit of Anansi Boys. And then this one is, the web is Anansi Boys, and then some of these are American Gods. So, yeah, awesome. And then, last but not least of the bind-ups is the giant Sherlock Holmes, Complete Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. quick. Okay, so it's got A Study in Scarlet, The Sign of Four, Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, The Return of Sherlock Holmes, Hound of the Baskervilles, Valley of Fear, His Last Bow, Bow or Bow? I want to say Bow. His Last Bow, and The Casebook of Sherlock Holmes. So, complete everything to do with Sherlock Holmes. Only one of these that I have read, unfortunately, is Hound of the Baskervilles. I really need to read more Sherlock Holmes, and the Hound of the Baskervilles that I read wasn't even in this. It was one of the Puffin children's classics when I was younger, so I really need to get on this. But it looks like such a monstrosity. It's so ginormous. Yeah. But anyway, those are all of my box sets and bind-ups. And I will, again, link Alyssa and Kimberly's channels down below. Comment on any of these if you've read them, if you have any of these bind-ups or box sets, tell me, because that's cool. Or if you want to know any more about any of these, if you haven't heard about some of them and you want to know more, just comment down below. And thank you guys so much for subscribing, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, that'd be fantastic. And again, sorry for the bars on my face, and I will see you guys later. Bye.